This is Oscar Bevis for the Stomping Ground, powered by Wow Hydrate and available on DAZN. Some posture lessons with Elle Brooke. Are you a bit of a slumper normally?
You know I am. Can you see me? Normally I'd be like this. This is the pinnacle, the peak me. If you don't find me sexy at this, then you're not worth it.
It's not for me to answer.
Because I have loads of like loose skin because I used to be really fat. So you kind of have to be a bit like stretch out a bit proper posture. This chair's wonky, by the way. I'm sat here like this. That looked a bit weird, didn't it?
It's a chaotic start to an interview, but at least I got an interview because I got to say I won't be the first or the last man to have been turned down by Elle Brooke. But ringside in Dublin, you pied me off serious.
Oh, do you know what? I said sorry to Charlie as well. I'm so sorry. I was really mean to Oscar. I told him, no, I was literally just like, I was late and I was kind of, everyone kept coming up to me and they're like, why are you even here? You're fighting in 2 weeks, you're crazy. And it was really getting on my mind as well. I was like, I need to go to bed, like, it's really late. And I think at that point the show had finished, right? And I was just finding my perfect time to dip.
Yeah, see, I wanted to get you for an interview, but it's funny you should say that. So, was you thinking at that time, like, maybe Jenny Savage is doing her runs, maybe she's doing this and doing that, and I'm in Dublin? Like, did people actually kind of get into your head a little?
Not about Dublin or my opponent. It's mainly me stressing about my routine, because obviously it takes a lot out of you flying, and I didn't have a kitchen, so I couldn't prep my own meals. So it wasn't necessarily about how hard my opponent's working. It's I could be doing better.
You went to Dublin, enjoyed yourself. Now you're here to enjoy your own fight week. I don't think it's out yet, but can you give us a little insight into what happened in your face-to-face with Jenny? Because I've heard a couple things through the grapevine.
It's so funny, because Joe was literally talking to me about this. I'm like, where have you got...
Me and Joe were both in this same conversation.
Who have you spoke to this about? But the thing is, with professional fighters, right, they're not influencers. They're known from fighting, and that's where they built up their brand. They're not going to come in here and start talking smack when they didn't do it anyway, just because it's Misfits and it's a different promotion. So it is very, very, respectful. I don't know. How can you argue with someone that is just coming here to fight, wants to do a job and leave? Like, how are you meant to, get at someone like that? And does it always need to be like that? Paige was nice to me too. So maybe it's just professional fighters that you're always going to have very professional moments with.
Is it a sign? Because Paige was nice to you too, and she hit the deck. So
maybe they're signing their own fate.
What have you made of her just being around her? And I know obviously you've spoke a little bit online, and I guess a few things have been said, but actually being in her presence, what have you made of Jenny?
Yeah, well, she's in the ring right now. You can see, she is a professional fighter. That's not an influencer in there. The way she shapes up her experience and everything, that is not an influencer. I am fighting a professional. This is the levels I am at now, and I'm excited to, pass Jenny and on to the next person. Not that I'm overlooking her, but it's a good test for me. It's just all right. This was obviously meant to be the Paige rematch, and now I've got Jenny. Jenny stepped in 6 weeks' notice, so hats off to her.
Yeah. I was talking to Joey Knight about this actually. The level of influencer boxing right now is staggering. When you look at where it started, it was kind of the bell would go, everyone would lose composure and just scrap. Now I'm watching these workouts and I'm thinking, they're looking like athletes.
I know, if you're training every single day for 2 years, you're going to get somewhat good at something, aren't you? You are going to get somewhat good at something. And especially the teams these people have. They have professional teams.
You're in the Tibbs camp, so there you go.
Exactly, and I'm not the only one with a team of a calibre like mine. So, it shows levels. If you work hard at something, this is what you can achieve.
And you mentioned as well that you got abs. I saw on your Instagram that Misfits put something up where it was throwback to Elle's first weigh-in. When you look at yourself then and look at yourself now, what sort of Elle do you see?
That's funny because that was a make-or-break fight with me. My Faith Ordway.
You was in really good shape at that weigh-in though.
I was, but that was heavy. I was 63 and a half. I wasn't. I was 61. But Faith was a lot bigger than me. Whereas now I have to make weight. I took it for granted.
It's a hard life. What sort of fight are we going to get between you and Jenny?
I think, I don't know. I think maybe it's going to be a scrappy one. Who knows? I think it's going to be good for the audience. Obviously, we're similar sizes. She's not massive. I'm always going to have my reach with her. I think she's got quite short arms. I don't know.
For those of you who want to put a bet on the fight, Jenny's got short arms, so make of that what you will. I'm being told you're about to get in the ring, so have you got one final message? I know you'll speak to her during the fight week, but one message perhaps down the lens for Team Savage.
Oh my God, you guys always put me on a spot and ask me this. And still,